Chameleon Girl, Episode 7, Contact. Several weeks have passed since the night of the mirror, but for Michael Carter, nothing has returned to normal. Every morning he wakes up with the same image in his mind, his own face, reflected in the mirror, on his daughter's body. He cannot forget it. Lena, however, has changed. She is calmer now, more confident, as if she has finally found an answer she has been searching for. That troubles Michael even more, because he believes she should be afraid. But she isn't. One evening, Michael sits alone in the garage. Boxes of notebooks surround him. 16 years of observations, thousands of pages. Every strange moment, every unusual behavior, every unanswered question. For the first time, he says the truth out loud. I can't do this alone anymore. The words hang in the silence, and once spoken, they cannot be taken back. Over the following weeks, Michael searches desperately for answers. Doctors, psychologists, neurologists, behavioral specialists, experts of every kind. Yet none of them can explain what is happening. None of them can explain Lena. Late one night while watching television, Michael comes across an old documentary. The program discusses intelligence agencies and their research into human behavior. The segment lasts only a few minutes, but it plants an idea in his mind. A dangerous idea. Perhaps there is an organization capable of understanding this, an organization capable of helping Lena. For weeks he fights the thought. Contacting the CIA sounds insane, the kind of decision people regret. Yet every time he closes his eyes, he sees the mirror. And eventually, he makes his choice. One morning, instead of going to work, Michael books a flight to Washington, D.C. He tells Sarah it is a business trip. He cannot tell her the truth, not yet. When he arrives, he spends hours wandering the city. His notebooks are inside a worn leather bag. 16 years of secrets, 16 years of fear, 16 years of evidence. Finally, he makes a phone call. He identifies himself, explains that he works in the film industry, then says the strangest sentence of his life. There is something extraordinary about my daughter. The person on the other end of the line falls silent. Michael continues. I have documentation. I have proof. At first, nobody takes him seriously. But then he shares selected notes, a few recordings, a few examples. The conversation changes. Questions become more detailed. Voices become more cautious, more interested. A week later, Michael receives a response. An unofficial meeting has been arranged. A small office, an unnamed building, no official records, no public acknowledgement. The day arrives. Michael enters the building. 3 people are waiting for him. A psychologist, a behavioral analyst, and a man who never gives his name. The notebooks are placed on the table, and the interview begins. For hours, Michael tells them everything. Ghost, the water, the changes, the observations, the mirror. Nothing is left out, nothing is hidden. When he finishes, the room falls silent. No one speaks, no one moves. Finally, the behavioral analyst closes one of the notebooks. He leans back in his chair and speaks. Mr. Carter. A long silence follows. If even half of what you've described is true. He never finishes the sentence. He doesn't need to. The expression on his face says everything. When Michael leaves the building, he feels relief for the first time in years. The burden is no longer his alone. Someone else knows. Someone else is listening. Someone else believes him. But there is something he does not know. That same night, A secure conference room. No windows, no names, no recordings. Michael's file sits on a polished table. Images of Lena appear on a projector screen. The room watches in silence, page after page, observation after observation, video after video. Nobody speaks. Then one voice breaks the silence. "Is this even possible?" Another answers. "We don't know." The room grows quiet again. Then a third individual opens a classified folder. Inside is a title nobody expected to see again. Project Chameleon. The room freezes. Several faces exchange nervous glances, because this is not the first time they have heard that name. And suddenly, the Carter family is no longer the center of the story. They are only the beginning. Fade to black. End of episode, to be continued. Please don't forget to subscribe.